Happy New Year, Scream Geeks! It is now 2024, and I figured what better way to start off the year than to determine which Ghostface is the greatest of them all. Now, my first video on this channel was me ranking all the Ghostfaces, but I hadn't seen Scream 6 then, and now I have, so the Scream 6 killers are included in it, aside from the two in the opening scene. And my opinions on some of the Ghostfaces have changed since then, so I've sort of rearranged some spots. So let's get right into this, Scream Geeks. First off, we got Mickey Altieri, a very insane Ghostface. I mean, the actor's performance was just amazing. You could see how crazy he was, how much he enjoyed like causing Derek and Sydney pain, and his whole motive is just so over the top and insane that shows you just how insane he is. And I love the fact that he's insane, so I'm gonna have to put him in S tier. Next, we got Miss Loomis, the second killer in Scream 2, who is also Billy Loomis's mother. The actress delivered an amazing performance. Revenge motive is kind of generic, but the way she delivered it, it was really well done. So I'm fine with relatively generic motives as long as they're well done. Her performance was great. I did not see it coming that she was Miss Loomis. I thought that Debbie was the killer, but not that she was Miss Loomis. That was genius on her part. I'm gonna put her top of B tier for now. Alright, now we got Wayne Bailey. This is a very controversial opinion I have. I don't think I've seen anyone really share this opinion. Now, people say Wayne Bailey is such a goofy and dumb Ghostface, and Dermot Mulroney, I'm so sorry if I pronounced that wrong, he is a relatively goofy actor. He's a great guy. I've seen him in a few other things. He's a great actor, and he can be pretty goofy, but I think he really did good in the killer reveal. I really enjoyed like his whole monologue and how he was saying there's a very special bond between the father and his first son. He was allowed to improvise that part. There are a bunch of bloopers of him doing it. You could see his sadness in his eyes. You could see just how much pain has been caused to him, and he is so ruthless. I mean, he got a bunch of kills and he was so brutal, and he really wanted to kill Sam and Tara. And honestly, I love the fact that he's like the mastermind of Scream 6. He's like basically the one pulling all strings, telling his kids like what to do. I'm honestly gonna put him in S tier. I know, literally no one else would put him in S tier, but I think he's very underrated. I love Wayne Bailey, platonically. Next up, we got Stu Macher. That's obviously S tier. Matthew Lillard is just hilarious. I feel like if he was played by any other actor than Matthew Lillard, he would have been like a B tier killer. Because Matthew Lillard just really brought him to life. He was so goofy, but also so scary at the same time. Like, he was so unpredictable. Matthew Lillard absolutely nailed it. This is like my favorite performance of him. Stu Macher will always be S tier. Next up, we got Charlie Walker. Now, I really quite like that they made the Randy character in the Ghostface, like the horror geek became the killer. I do wish we'd gotten more of him in the third act, though, and I do wish he didn't have such a pathetic death. I feel like he could have been an amazing Ghostface if his character was expanded upon. So I quite liked him. I didn't like the fact that he was basically just doing it to get with Jill. I wish there was a little more motive. I mean, he was trying to make a stab movie, so there's that. I'm gonna put him in B tier. I think that's pretty fair. I don't think he belongs in C tier because I just like him a little bit more than that. Next up, we got Richie Kirsch. Despite him having like maybe 1 or 2 confirmed kills. Some people think it's 0. I don't want to argue over how many kills he has. I think it's maybe 1. But even if he does have 0 kills, I gotta say, Jack Quaid just nailed it in the third act. With the whole performance he gave, the whole monologue he gave, you can tell that he's really just crazy because he loves the franchise so much that he was like basically sort of crying about it when he said this line.
They just laugh at us. And why? Because we love something? We're just a joke to them.
You could see like the emotion in his eyes. Jack Quaid just beautifully acted him. And the fact that he like orchestrated all of this, that he got with Sam just to make a new stab movie and kill her, that was really dark. I'm gonna put him in A tier because I really liked Richie. Moving on to Roman Bridger, the mastermind of the original 3 Scream movies, long lost brother of Sidney Prescott. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I always think the long lost sibling trope in movies is dumb. But Scream 3, I think, actually did it pretty well. And Scream 3's Ghostface was really creepy to me because he like used everyone else's voices, and that honestly really creeped me out. And he is the only solo Ghostface, and he had like, I think it was 9 kills? I mean, I've got to put him in S tier. I think I'm gonna put him slightly below Mickey. I loved the actor's performance, don't get me wrong. I just like the insane Ghostfaces more. Alright, next up we got Jill Roberts. I'm definitely gonna lose some subscribers for this one. Jill almost got away. Her plan was great. The actress, she's a great actress. But honestly, her motive was just so boring. I mean, her whole motive was just to get famous. And it was really generic and two-dimensional compared to the other Ghostfaces. Now sure, Emma Roberts did a great job being innocent, and I was shocked when she took off that mask, but honestly, I think Jill Roberts is a B-tier killer, and that's all she's ever gonna be for me. Next up, we got Billy Loomis. Obviously, he's going in S-tier. I mean, Skeet Ulrich, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, was just amazing. And I mean, you thought it was him and then thought it wasn't him so many times. It went back and forth and you couldn't tell where it was gonna land, and that's what made his reveal so shocking. Watching the movie back, it's so obvious that he's the killer, but like the first time you watch it, you're like, oh my gosh, it's actually him. Look at this line right here.
I was home watching television. The Exorcist was on. Got me thinking of you.
I mean, that is a line a serial killer would say right there. Him returning in Scream 5 and 6 is just amazing, so S tier. Right behind Stu, because I just love Matthew Lillard, I can't help it. I will rant about this forever. Out of all of Scream 6's killers, even Jason, Quinn was the worst one in my opinion. Greg, I can't judge him because we never got to see him, but Quinn, oh my gosh, I hated her so much. Now, when she was just a regular character, sure, she was fun, she had some humor, I liked that. First of all, she died way too soon in the movie that I practically forgot she existed. Second of all, she, like Ethan, was basically just Wayne Bailey's little lapdog doing whatever he said. She was a little bit insane, and I really enjoyed the actress's performance. This is not the actress's fault. She did amazing. But I think she was so boring as a killer. And she had like maybe one kill in Scream 6, the lowest of all the Scream 6 killers, except for Greg, technically. The actress did a great job, but all in all, Quinn is just so generic and forgettable. But to shine a positive light on Quinn, I do like the way she delivers her lines. Like, look at this.
How easy it is to convince the world to believe the worst in people, rather than the best.
The way she delivers her lines is menacing, but honestly, again, not the actress's fault. I'm gonna put her in D tier. I just hate Quinn so much. Next up, we got Ethan. Now, you're probably thinking I'm gonna put him in D tier too. But honestly, I really liked Ethan. Did he have near enough lines in the movie to be a fully developed character? No, definitely not. He should have had more. Was he also just basically Wayne's little lapdog? Yes, but you can see more of a motive with him than with Quinn. When Wayne says there's a very special bond between the father and his first son, you can see the hurt in Ethan's face that he wants to be a new favorite, and he's more human to me than Quinn. He feels like more of a character, even just ever so slightly. Ethan Landry was enjoying like taunting Sam and Tara and attacking them, and he also was the one in the apartment scene, and he went to town there, man. Rest in peace, Annika, and also random naked bathtub guy. I'm gonna put him at the bottom of B tier. Now, I would put him in C tier, but I honestly really like Jack Champion, so I'm just gonna bump him up to B tier. Alright, last but not least, we have Amber Freeman. She was an amazing Ghostface. She did almost all of the killing in Scream 5, and she might have actually done all of the killing. She is just so freaking insane in the third act. I don't think she had enough lines in third act to show her full potential, but she did have some really funny lines. And like when she was attacking Galen City, she was going to town. She like had them matched basically. And she also had like one of my favorite Ghostface deaths of all time, being set on fire then shot multiple times. I'm gonna put her right behind Richie. Now, I know she did like all the killing, but I think Richie had more lines, therefore it showed more of his character and who he was. Amber, however, was still an amazing killer. So do you agree with my rankings, Scream Geeks? I know you all probably don't, especially not with the Wayne Bailey and Jill Roberts rankings. Let me know in the comments, and until next time, toodles!